Tab that you buzz, screaming, flying, tag with lines at the lights. Every night, you know, fight, take a side, live a side, baby, show him an escapade. Frenzy arcade, pixelated party, lesson made unafraid. Karaoke screams, singing themes, heart and sleeves. Anime dreams, bursting seams, city gleams, dancing screams, endless streams, lights extreme, Saturday gleams, so day gleams, so it seems nothing rings. Raise the channel, riot loud, crowd unbowed, techno sound, pulses pound, dream astound, youth unbound, joy profound, lost and found. Channel raver on the prowl, echoes howled.
It's Saturday, it's 8 o'clock, the sun is out, got our big bowl of breakfast cereal, and we're gonna do the Saturday thing. We're gonna make some new friends, spread some positivity and kindness, and try and make the tabletop role-playing game world a little place better by shouting out our fellow tabletop role-playing game YouTube creators out there. Thank you, as always, to my number one employee, Jeff's Games Box, for supplying me with these links. I really appreciate that he does this for me every week. I don't know why he doesn't be more selfish and just goes, screw you, OGM, I'm going to use these links for myself. But he doesn't. He sends me these links and he shouts these out and he talks to me almost every day about gaming and sites and stuff. And he's really become a really good friend. So thank you again, Jeff's Game Box. Let's get right into it. But first, public service announcement. Hopefully you are all safe from last night, but more importantly, there wasn't any accidents or disasters or anything that befell you, and your pets are all safe. Friday, 4th of July, weird week. Could it be a little strange? It was actually kind of quiet here at Site B. We had about 20 minutes. It sounded like the apocalypse around 8:30. 9 o'clock. But other than that, yeah, it was a pretty low-key 4th here. Hopefully you're all okay. All right. Bam! Table Runner Crispy. Table Runner Crispy has 634 subscribers, 165 videos. He should have way more than that considering what he's doing. He says he is an enthusiastic, focused on role-playing. And he has got, he does this thing. Looks like he does one about every couple days where he just talks about different sites, gives his advice, input, insight, whatever. And he's done Gaming Gang, Acquisitions Inc., one of our favorites, 3D6 Down the Line, Viva La Dirt League, he gives himself advice, Kelsey Dion, Abria Avenger. Did I read that she's getting a pretty bad rep lately? Abria Avenger. Apparently, she's not all that. I'm probably saying your name wrong, ma'am, and if I am, I apologize. I don't know. I do remember hearing some not nice stories about her, but I don't know how true that is. So yeah, just D&D advice. Obviously, it looks like he's been doing this for a while. How long have you been doing this, Crispy? I had a chance to trade some conversation with Crispy yesterday. He came to my attention, unfortunately, because of a certain carrying and eating piece of shit YouTuber who decided to make a video about this guy saying some pretty awful things about him, because he thought the guy was going to do a video about him. Turns out the guy wasn't. Anyways, it's a weird story. But it ended up with a lot of people talking about Crispy. So I have a feeling that he's going to get a lot of new subscribers, one of which is me, 635 subscribers. Sorry you had to go through that yesterday, dudes. You sound like a pretty stand-up dude, and you definitely did not deserve that little bit of whatever it was. But you're a bigger, better, way more kinder creator, and you deserve all the attention you're going to get, and hopefully something positive will come out of this. So thank you, Tables Runner Crispy. I'm sure there's an interesting story behind that, so maybe he will share it with us sometime. I have a feeling we will be talking again. Table Runner Crispy. Crispy Table Runners. That's like a breakfast cereal, right? What'd you have for breakfast today? Oh, I had Table Runner Krispies, Mom. What's that? Don't know. Oh, the computer's being slow today. Today we have another one. We have the Fantasy Historian, no relation to the T-shirted historian. He's got 393 subscribers and 11 videos, exploring how fantasy genre incorporates histories into the tabletop role-playing game videos. Oh, my ear. I thought my ear was getting better, but I can hear that it's not. Video games, books, and movies. I'm also compiling a bestiary of all our favorite creatures across different IPs. So I've had this ear thing for about going on 2 weeks now. So if it sounds like I'm too loud or too quiet, it's because I can't really hear out of one of my ears, which might be why I had such a bad experience at the dentist the other day. All right, so we've got 1 month ago. Anything more recent than that? 7 days ago, they did a history of gargoyles, where they came from, why they came from, what are the most famous ones are. It spent 23 minutes. 23 minutes, man, I could have gone into talking about gargoyles for hours. So the fact he was able to break it down to 23 minutes is pretty good. Here we go. Chupacabra, the Mexican goat eating, the cats that can steal your soul, Chiron. What really are Pokemon? Nobody knows. Nobody knows what Pokemon are, dude. Red caps, the evil dwarves. Mimics, one of our favorites. Cyclopses. And some stuff about vampires. So he's covered Chupacabra. You know, I love me some cryptids. I'm definitely an amateur cryptid fascinator. So I loved other people talking about cryptids, exploring cryptids, why so many cryptids are the same. Like, why are there so many Bigfoots? Right? And we've talked about this before. And like, you know, El Chupacabra is another one. You think El Chupacabra and you just think Mexico. But El Chupacabra shows up all over the place. Most of them are states that are connected to Mexico. So obviously when the Mexican immigrants came to America, or the Spanish immigrants came to America, they brought the story of El Chupacabra with them. And as they began to settle in California and New Mexico, Texas, wherever, an animal would die mysteriously, and they would go, oh, El Chupacabra has followed us from Mexico into America. And as they spread out, the tail got lighter. Like, they even have El Chupacabra in other states. I got on this whole weird tangent about El Chupacabra. Chupacabra is definitely in my top 10 of cryptids. So, hey, a fellow cryptid fan, and I really like this. I know this is not the first person to do this. I'm pretty sure I've seen at least one other channel to do this, but yeah, just exploring where the monsters came from, and more importantly, why that monster, and why that interpretation of that monster. Why in D&D did we pick gargoyles, and why did we pick that interpretation of gargoyles? You know, what was the thinking, and why are they so iconic? Same with all the other ones. You know, here's one I've never heard of, and then of course mimics, because we all love the mimics, and Pokemon. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what Pokemon are, dude. Have a 9-year-old try to explain to you what a Pokemon is. Whispers from the Phylactery. 10 subscribers, 9 videos. Welcome to Whispers from the... I feel you have to do the spooky voice for this. Welcome to Whispers from the Phylactery. The channel is all about role-playing games, Pathfinder, D&D, and beyond. With the focus on weird stuff. Monsters, lore, world-building ideas, and how to keep your players guessing. Expect casual conversational videos full of GM advice, encounter inspirations, and deep dive into the creatures that make your world dangerous or hilarious. Whether you're building your first campaign or just need ideas for your next session's boss fight, you're in the wrong place. New videos weekly. Bring snacks, roll initiative. Until next time, adventures! Whispers from the Phylactery. Okay, so he's got 10 subscribers, 9 videos. Has anybody given him crap yet for using the word phylactery? Remember when the phylactery was a thing? Oh, you can't use the word phylactery. It's racist and sexist and homophobic and anti-Semitic and blah, 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 blah. How dare you? None of those are true. So let's see. Looks like he's mostly focusing on D&D. Advice. Got a skull. Talking about all the latest. Looks like he follows all the latest, you know. Elves. Theater of the Mind versus Battle Grids. Most players get wrong with alignment. So yeah, he's been following the controversy. bingo, like a lot of us do. Though I think I'm pretty much done following the controversy bingo after my last one, when I did the video about you can't do dramatic play wrong, because apparently I angered some people more than I thought I would. So yeah, I've dedicated a huge chunk of the time I spend doing this to, poking fun and whatever the controversy is. But I think it's time to focus more on other things. Other people are doing the controversies now, so I don't need to. So congratulations, sir, for getting 9 videos up, 10 subscribers. Would love to know what inspired you to jump into the community right now, where you feel your channel has been, where you want your channel to go. It's always nice to find somebody who's just starting out. Though for all I know, he could have had this channel up for years, and he's only, getting 10 subscribers. Or I don't know. Don't know anything about him. Or hopefully you haven't gotten into trouble for using the word phylactery. Phylactery, paper boat, phylactery. I remember that was a thing. Like, was it last year? We were all like, "Oh, you can't use phylactery." God damn it, Wizards of the Coast. So yeah, check this guy out. I mean, we can get this guy up to 100 by the end of the year, right? Come on, let's get phylactery up to 100 subs by the end of the year. Check him out. Sounds like he's a cool dude. Sounds like he's got a lot to say. He's got the game going on. He's got his little thing. He's got his gaming stuff in the back. He's definitely got the whole shindig. There's a word you don't hear very often. Shindig going on. So yeah, tabletop phylactery. Moving on up. We've got Dyson Brushes. Dyson Brushes has 377 subscribers, made 33 videos. Follow me as I delve into the relaxing and practical aspects of the hobby from a variety of games such as D&D, Warhammer, Horus Heresy, and Warhammer Space and Warhammer Fantasy. 378 videos. Let's see. Last video was 1 month ago. Sir, I hope you're okay if you haven't done a video in a month. Rulings over rules in your next role-playing game. How to run your first OSR game. Oh, God. Stay away. Stay away from the OSR swimming pool, dude. Your characters should suck. Playing less than optimal characters. Because, well, yeah, they should suck, All your characters should be a mishmash. Definitely agree. 5 lies and misconceptions about the OSR. Misconception about OSR number 1. Nobody knows what it is anymore. 5 lies you've been told about D&D. How to play basic fantasy RPG. If you guys don't have a copy of basic fantasy RPG, you should. It's like still only $5. It's a great game by a great guy. Don't run Curse of Strahd. What is the OSR? No one knows. You should kill your players in Dungeons and Dragons. I just had a brief exchange with Kelsey about killing your players and total party kills. And I don't think you have to go out of your way to kill your players. They do the job on their own. Really. I think the one thing most of us game masters can agree on is that the players are their own worst enemy, right? They're going to do way more damage to themselves than any monster, any scenario you could ever think of, right? Whether it be something simple as go to grandmother's house and get the ingredients for the recipe, to something complex as, we've got to make it through Tomb of Horrors. And yeah, just you can throw the kitchen sink at them, but players will always be their own worst enemy. 90% of all TPKs or players' deaths are their own damn fault. So yeah, I don't think you have to go out of your way to kill your players. And that's the fun. How to fix magic in D&D. Yeah, 50 years, dude. 50 years of fantasy and magic, and it still doesn't make sense. Like today, D&D, why would I cast anything other than cantrips, right? Like when cantrips first came out, they were silly, but they made sense. Oh, light a candle. That makes sense. That's something a beginning wizard would know. Detect magic. Yeah, that goes without saying. But now, yeah. The last spellcaster I played, I rarely cast anything more than Ray of Frost. And the last spellcaster I had in a game I was running, pretty much the same thing. It was Ray of Frost, cantrips. Most of the time, just casting cantrips because you never run out, and they're pretty devastating, right? Throw away your D&D rulebook. D&D is dead. This killed it. So yeah, we got some D&D. We got some Warhammer Space. Does he do his own painting? Oh, yes, he does. Oh, I hate you. I hate you for being talented enough to create something that's cool looking. Yeah, look at that. Not bad. Pretty cool. And look, he's got a little picture and he's trying to capture, copy what he saw in the little picture. That's fun. He's doing his own painting. When did they start making the figures like this? A year ago, I guess. I don't know. I haven't painted in so long. D&D is dead. What killed it? Wizards of the Coast killed D&D. All right, Dice and Brushes, thank you for sharing your love in D&D. Thank you for being awesome and creating content and tabletop tippy-toeing around the controversial nonsense that is, what is the OSR? No one knows. No one knows anymore. And I don't think it matters. I think that's my one of the many things I think people are going to just, hate me for. You don't know what you're talking about. That's not what the OSR is. And I was like, I don't think it matters anymore. I don't think this is not important. Just play. Just play. Just play. Just play. It's a fucking game. Just play. Just have a good time. That's what we're here for every Saturday, right? Just to have a good time. And finally, we've got Untold Destiny, 57 subscribers and 58 videos. We can help these people get up a little higher, right? Untold Destiny is a new D&D based role-playing system steeped in the traditions of classic role-playing with a reimagined, modernized feel. Let us take you on a journey. That sentence doesn't read right, guys. You can expect immersive gameplay, interesting mechanics, and fantastic artwork. Business Usual is our campaign series that release weekly at 1900 GMT every Thursday. So they're working on their own system called Untold Destiny, I guess. Their last game was yesterday. They're doing an adventure called The Bastion. So they're creating their own system, play testing their own system, showing us their own system. I really appreciate that. I should do that when I start play testing my system. Yeah, guys, if this is the best way to show people if you've got your own system. Kelsey does it, So yeah, they're just showing people their game. Do we have a link to their game? We do have a link to their game. It is at untolddestiny.com. Reignite the role-playing games, blah, 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 talking about our world, immerse yourself in our new world. We've got, imagination. What is Untold Destiny? It's our own homebrew role-playing system. They've added an extra stat called stamina, resources, new take on armor classing, crafting rules, and downtime systems, stuff like that. Cool. Yeah. The name sounds familiar. Was there a video game called Untold Destiny? I don't know. Well, anyways, Untold Destiny, thank you for sharing your live play with us and the growth of your system. I look forward to continuing to hear about it. If you ever want to come on and talk about your system, please, you're more than welcome to hang out and we can mumble our way through you trying to explain to the rest of us your game and why your game is awesome and why we should all play it. And remember, that's what you need to do, guys, in this market, is convince us that your game is better than every other game that's on the market that's doing the exact same thing. Don't force politics. Don't weaponize gender or sexuality or disability or whatever. Don't play the victim. Sell your strengths. Why is my game about goblins with sticks as good or better than any other game about goblins with sticks? So Untold Destiny, let's help these guys get to 100 subs by the end of the year. You can do it. Let's help them with their game. Who knows? We could be looking at the next Shadowdark. Don't know. So yeah, good luck, guys. Thanks for taking time to share your awesomeness with us. And finally, because we got to go back to where it all started, got to shout out a brand new VTuber. This is Saba the Fish. She just debuted the day before yesterday. She's already got over 1 million subs. Apparently she's a fish, even though she has cat ears. and she lives inside. Now, some of you may say that Saba sounds a lot like another VTuber who recently graduated, but no, I'm sure she's somebody completely different. I mean, sure, she sounds like a shark that we used to all know and love, one of the largest ever, Guara Gora. We know that Guara Gora recently graduated and retired that persona to pursue other things. But yeah, the fact that she sounds like Guara and kind of looks like Guara, completely, who am I fooling? It's Guara. Congratulations, baby shark. Welcome back. I guess now you're a fish. Another one of the great ones, one of the big ones. I mean, remember she was like on the Tron at one of the baseball games earlier this year, wasn't she? But she's now back with a brand new persona that I suppose she has complete control of, always sharing and spreading kindness and humor and fun. And yeah, so hello, Saba. Welcome to VTuber, and congratulations on 1.18 million subscribers after only 48 hours, but it's not like it was a big surprise who you are. Good luck. And yeah, so every week, got to shout out VTuber. It's always nice to see a familiar face, even if they have a new form. Guara, one of the originals, one of the biggest, one of the most fun, one of the most successful. So I guess now we've got Saba, who's a fish. And hopefully, we know I love fish, so hopefully we can continue to enjoy the positivity and cuteness and awesomeness of this VTuber. And you know what I say about these guys, like I say every week, and why they're personally important to me and why I think it's important to shout them out, especially the ones I think is cool and are doing good things for the hobby and for making the world slightly better place, because yeah. Just spread some kindness, spread some joy. Special again, shout out to Table Runner Crispy. Happy to have met you, sir, and spread a little conversation between the two. Sorry it had to be the way it was, but nothing but good things are going to come out of that individual trying to shoot you down. I bet you're going to get at least 10 to 100 new subs simply from people out there who'll be like, hey, yeah, I've gone through it too, and don't listen to them. Don't just ignore him. Yeah. Don't feel the need to respond. He's just, yeah. That's it. That's all I got to say. It's Saturday. It's sunny for the moment. You should all be outside doing something fun as we spiral into the beginning of summer. Hopefully y'all had a safe, sane 4th of July and are ready for the rest of the month to hopefully be pretty decent. Nothing really too awful or weird happened, and I'm sure within the next 24 hours we'll have another Wizards of the Coast disaster to discuss. But until then, take care.
Karaoke screams, singing themes, heart and sleeves. Anime dreams, bursting seams, city gleams, dancing screams, endless streams, let's extreme Saturday gleams. So it's day gleams, so it seems nothing rings.